The Penguins also have Hans Janssen on the shelf, along with Billy Tibbetts under suspension from the NHL, and Rennie Corbeil is a scratch today. There are the referees for today's contest: Paul Dvorsky, Kevin McGuire, and the linesmen Tim Nowak and Dan Shackney. We begin play here as the Penguins watch number 24, Turner Stevenson, wind it on the center. Bobby Holik and Sergei Bringon, the other members of this line, to match up against Lemieux. Lemieux carries it into the Devils' zone. Drop pass to Kasparaitis. That shot partially deflected by the Devils. Bobby Bugner drives back into the Devils' end. First shot off Brodeur's chest. A rebound. Let's chase after it. Here is Gustav Oliwa, the former Devil, behind the net. Up for the puck is Wayne Primo. Primo trying to dish it in front of the net. Jaromir Jagr scoots up the right wing, going against Scott Stevens. He can't get through him. Stevens was Mr. Everything in that blue line last year for the Devils in their run for the Stanley Cup. Turner Stevenson throws it out. Man open. Commodore. Wrist shot. Save made. Rebound open. Net. Score. Devils. Right in front. They cash in. And it'll be Breland, I think, who gets the goal. He was right there to the left of Aubin. Devils trying to get the puck ahead, and they will. Commodores slip it up the center to Sergei Breland, who has the only goal in the game, to Turner Stevenson, to Scott Stevens of New Jersey. In front, Turner Stevenson. Now rebound. Score by Breland. Boy, has that line been tough against the Penguins. They just muscle on in. See you later. Sergei Breland found the puck again. He's right over the years. First with the Montreal Canadiens and now with the New Jersey Devils. And around the net, Aubin struggling here as Sikora jumps right over his back and goes in, and Elias. And the Penguins' Bob Bugner push and shove. The Devils are an opportunistic team, too. When they sense in any way that you're on the run, they don't let up. They just keep coming and coming. Lemieux trying to push that defense back a little bit here. His intended pass for Gomez won't connect. Kasparaitis swings it onto the Devils' goal. Stopped by Brodeur. Brodeur moves it up back to center, and Gomez to Sergei Nemchinov. Right side, McKay shoots it, score. 3-0 Devils. Randy McKay is making a living against the Penguins this year. That one came off Aubin and jumped on the net. McKay gets the Devils' third goal. First period, and the Devils' whole league puts it on, and Perron stumbles, but he makes the save. The Devils' Breland thought it was another goal. He raised his arms up as though the Devils had scored. Sergei, got to see it cross the line. Here from center, the Penguins gather it in. Mark Bergevin darting back towards the Devils in. A long shot comes off the leg of Martin Brodeur. You needed a little ingredient like yourself back there, because the Penguins were so offensive-minded, and then kind of turned it on to the defensive part of the game too in the playoffs. But this is a big part. Rebound, score. The Penguins get one. There's Herdina to make it 3-1. So they get on. The shutout by Brodeur, and cash in as Herdina gets the goal. Jeff Norton will take the puck. Rolls off a helper on that goal by the Penguins. Kovalev shoots it, and a stop by Brodeur. We're very alert right now. Gave up a rebound. You don't see that too often. A penalty coming up, and it'll be our first of the game. And it goes against the Penguins. 2:05 left in the period. Devils will pull Brodeur. We'll get a call here against Pittsburgh that will put them short-handed. Couldn't quite get it out. He paddles Arnott the second time, and now does get it across the blue line. He works it free up the boards. Here comes Herdina. What an effort here. Whistle sounds. We've got a penalty coming up here. Coincidental minors, it appears. Kasparaitis of the Penguins and one of the Devils. Gomez. Pressure that comes around the boards to Breland. Off to the left point to Bobby Holik. He moves it over. Another penalty coming up against the Penguins. They're going to get penalized again. Norton's after the puck. It comes to Holik. He shoots it right over the head of Perron. And the whistle sounds with 11.5 seconds left. The Penguins get another penalty. Is it Bergevin? Looks like he's headed off. Arnott on a two-man advantage. Shoots it, gets it to Stevens, and he shoots it. Never got through to the cage. 5 seconds to go. Arnott right side. Over to Scott Stevens, and he missed the net. Time is going to run out. The Penguins will have to regroup during the first intermission. They'll be shorthanded by 2 men when we start the second period. And Bobby Holik on board here to handle the face-off with Elias and Stevenson. And right in the face-off here, we've got a penalty, and it looks like a high stick against the Penguins.
Yeah, Marty Straka.
And they're getting another penalty.
Marty Straka off the face-off. He won the draw. And Kevin McGuire was right there. He was dropping the puck.
Arnott back to Stevens. Lemieux is the man up front now. Scott Stevens shoots it. Stopped by Perron. And he holds on to it. Well, the Devils have only one shot here since the period started. Bergevin ready to go. Rushing up with the double. Gomez can't get it around Lappin, and Bergevin's on and 5-on-4. This is where it becomes dangerous right now. The tail moments of another penalty. Sikora, whistle sounds, penalty, New Jersey. High stick. That evens it up. Sergei Brylin got the stick up. Devils penalty killing. In the National Hockey League. Devils at 85.3. They're 11th overall. Pass to Kovalev. Pulls it around and shoots and scores. And he beats Brodeur like a rented mule. And the Penguins make it 3-2. Alexei Kovalev. Kind of similar to the way Waban was the other night against Philadelphia. And he ended up winning that game. Commodore back. Plays the puck. Straka steals and a quick shot by Kovalev. And he gets the rebound back and drives it in. And the Penguins, just like that, have tied it at 3. Oh, get that dog off my lawn. Alexei Kovalev ties for the league lead in goals scored with his second here in the period. View with a steal on Nemchinov. Yager comes in, he's double teamed. Commodore upends him to the right side. Ian Moran, Lemieux floats it around behind the net to Yager. Yager thrown in front. Here's a loose puck and scored by the Penguins. Kevin Stevens. It's 4-3 Pittsburgh. Oh, go ahead, make my day. Kevin Stevens gets the go-ahead goal. Lemieux in his own territory. The Devils grab the puck. Gomez in front. McKay shoots a big save there by Perron. I don't know if he even knew that he made it. But he turned his body the right way and he grabbed McKay. And here's Yager after the puck with 3 red shirts chasing him. Yager with the puck again. Going behind the net. He runs into the goal. And we'll get a stop in play. So that puck is stop Oliwa. Oliwa in the Devils zone turns and shoots it right on Brodeur. It jumped off of him. McKenna in there battling. And he go and make Steve McKenna tie each other up.
This line has played very well today, Mike.
Kovalev on to center ice, knocked down by Willie Mitchell. On now to the Penguin zone, and Kovalev will haul down Peter Sikora, and Kovalev will make it penalty number 5 against Pittsburgh. Scotty Gomez taps it over to Brylin. Along the near boards where it's grabbed by Kasparaitis. Here comes Lemieux, and he's got a trailer in Primo. Lemieux with the pins, looks off, he goes to the net, and he shoots it. And Brodeur makes the save. Devils do push it up ahead to John Madden. Pittsburgh by a goal here in the second period. They have rallied from a 3-0 deficit to score the last 4. In front, Madden shooting, and Perron makes the stop. He cut the angle down.
So strong. I think he's one of the strongest players that I ever played against. He's so strong in front of that net.
Bobby Holik onto the cage. Save made. Rebound jumps out in front. There's Hrdina again defensively to make the effort. To clear it back away from the goal. Devils inside their own blue line. Willie Mitchell to Bobby Holik. Penguins make another play here at center. Perron up into Holik and a wrist shot to the net. Stopped by Perron. We'll get another delayed call here against the Penguins. The goaltender Brodeur is off. But another tripping call against the Penguins. I got to be honest with you. The penalties that have been called against Pittsburgh have been good penalties. I mean, I don't think anybody has cheated anybody here. Straka shorthanded going for the puck. Turns it over. Here's Kovalev with a chance, and he shoots it off the post, it appeared. A Brodeur to the right of him. As Big Ben, I believe, struck one. Peter Sikora. Sikora's little drop pass back to the right point. And White is hit from behind by Kovalev. Play goes on. Kovalev in a 2-on-1 with Straka. And the whistle sounds. We've got to play man down. White behind the play. Paul Dvorsky thinking that White was seriously hurt. And White looks over his shoulder at Alexei Kovalev. As they have words as White goes to the bench. White thought he was hit from behind as he cut. Yeah, he got hit on the near side and got rammed into the glass, it appears. The team 1 or 2 height-wise by a half inch. They are 6'2". The average, I think it's around 210 or 12. I'll double check that. Sikora in front. And a shot by Elias. Stopped by Perron. That's his save of the afternoon. Rich Perron stopping Patrick Elias from point-blank range. Yannick go to touch it. We get an icing call against the Penguins, but the Penguins will gladly take that. Doing there lately. Gordon's up in it by Elias. Penalty coming up against the Devils. Lemieux didn't take kindly to the fact that Bobby Holik snapped that puck on Rich Perron after the whistle sounded. Back to the center point. Laukkonen onto the net. That stop. Rebound is shot wide by Jaromir Jagr. But he got away with it there, and it comes left side of Lemieux, and he shoots the can on that shot from the left wing side. It's not going to happen. The penalty expires. The period will too. And the Penguins watch Elias shoot the puck as time runs out. And it Good save by Perron. And the Penguins will have the lead at the end of 40 minutes of hockey. What a change in fortunes for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Outstanding week of hockey for him. Philadelphia with a hat trick. He's got 2 already here. And we get ready for play, and the Penguins with the lead. You see the Penguins' upcoming schedule. Wild back-to-back, and it comes on to center where Scott Stevens will take command of it. Straka back to Kobe, and Kobe number 27 tied for the league lead. Lange in front, and he put it right to the goal mouth. Gasparidis with a booming check on the far side of Randy McKay. Sends him reeling.
Just they announced Charles Wang, one of the co-owners of the Islanders, said that Mike Milbury will be back.
Brodeur scrambling to stop that puck to try and keep it in, and they do. Alexei Morozov to the net, and he almost got that one by Brodeur, who stumbled a bit. Yager's got Lemieux wide open on his stick. Here he comes against Brodeur. Wrist shot, and he missed the net. He had Brodeur leaning way out of the net. He was fishing, going down on the boat, but he couldn't find the upper corner on the far side is where he appeared he was going to try and put it. Olczyk on the play. Great pass to Stevenson. Going to the Penguin net. A backhander, and Perron robs him with a nice chest save on Turner Stevenson. The completion of this game. Robert Lange has a 2-on-1 with Straka. Lange shoots it. Good save. Rebound, gets it on back himself. And a brilliant save there by Brodeur, who was down and out, but he reached back with his arm at the last second and stopped the rebound shot by Robert Lange. Well, that was just kind of do what I can do to keep the puck out, and when he fell down, he just stretched his arm out around the board, up to the blue line, kept in, Secor to the net, good save for Ron again. And the Penguins drag it free. The Devils were not going to be denied except for Perron's play. Look at Kovalev dance with it, left side to Lange, onto the net, save made, rebound, Kovalev. He didn't have any net to shoot at. Who was on this side, he'd have scored.
He shot that back between the foot of Marty Brodeur and the post. He had no angle. I think he might have tried to just bank it in off of him.
Hence, here with the puck is Brigham. Brigham with Tumadang. This shot stopped by Perron. The rebound, the Devils coming strong right now in an effort to try and tie the game. Mario Lemieux deals it up to Kevin Stevens. And the Penguin forward goes to Yager. Look out here. Yager in front to Stevens. Cut off by Scott Stevens. What a beautiful read by Scotty Stevens and Kevin Stevens going to the net. Elias going towards the net. He always had a smile on his face. And you just look at him. Penalty coming up here. It's going to go against the Penguins. Here's Olczyk going to the net. Backhand attempt. Blocked. Picked up Elias to the right point. A slap shot, and that knocked down Marty Straka. Hurt the Penguin penalty killer. Or forward. He wasn't killing the penalty yet. Kovalev tried to clear. Couldn't. Here's Scott Stevens with it on towards the goal. Perron diving, juggles it, holds on. Rich Perron coming up with a big stop there on Scott Stevens.
Perron making a real good save.
Moran and Bergevin now. Moran's seen a lot of time here in this penalty kill. The shot towards the net deflects in. Stevens got the shot off on a face-off win. It deflects, went through traffic, and hops right by Perron. New hockey game. Lemieux face-off win. Yager to the net, a bullet of a shot, and Brodeur makes the save, and now tumbling into the net was Kevin Stevens. Kevin Stevens going to the net. It comes to Lemieux. Lemieux towards the goal, and it went right through, and Brodeur stopped it. And Moran couldn't stop him. Look out, going to the net. Pandolfo, and he missed. It was stopped by Perron. He couldn't get it by. Last chance, 4 seconds. Straka to Yager. Look, pulled the trigger. And it's a backhander blocked by Danico, and we go to overtime. This one's been a great hockey game. There's still more to come.
Take a look at Brodeur's stats. Career in overtime.
Last time the Penguins won an overtime game was last year at Buffalo. Jaromir Jagr scoring 13 seconds in. They're 0-2-6 this year. Due for here to the right side. It will come to Straka going to the net. Kovalev right there. There we go. Hey! Shoots and scores. Kovalev wins it in overtime. His second hat trick in as many games. And ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has just left the building.